My research proposal is about prisoner mental health. My name is Mary Ruffin Williams. Well, let's get started. The problem of mental health in prison is one that not only affects prisoners, but makes the environment unsafe and leaves residual effects that can result in one committing crimes while in prison. This is important not only because of prisoners' well being, but also because of the safety of officers, staff, and family members who deal with prisoners once they are released. The cost of government treating self harm or injuries due to undiagnosed mental health problems is more expensive than it would be if we treated prisoners for mental health disorders prior to those issues coming up. Prisoner mental health issues. Exploring mental health issues in prisoners and recently released prisoners through interviews and assessments will make understanding the broader circumstances around mental health and the prison environment clearer. Prison can be violent, especially when inmates are living undiagnosed or untreated with mental disorders. Since crime happens often behind prison walls, um, mental health disorders are found to often play a role. The research is essential because it can lead to prison reform. It can lower the amount of injuries or crimes committed while in prison, and it can also keep people from returning to the justice system. Some important facts about mental health issues in prisoners is that over 43% of prisoners have been diagnosed with mental health disorders. One in every four prisoners experience serious psychological problems while in jail or prison. Incarceration leaves residual mental disorders. Um, Many health issues begin before prison, but jail can add to or make those disorders show up in a stronger way. My question for research is, if prisoners are diagnosed and given consistent treatment for their mental health conditions, will it improve the incarcerated living environment and aid in lowering how many people return to the criminal justice system? This is important because it is essential to improve the prison environment and issues that could occur post arrest that could lead to prison people returning to prison. A lot of times when you have a mental health disorder, it is a struggle to get consistent employment. And so you end up in a position where you can be homeless, you don't have a job, and so now you steal to eat. Mental health disorders bring about other criminal activities, like it's a domino effect. For my literature review, I will be using qualitative, quantitative, mixed method, and even a non experimental that form of research. Um, so, to explore qualitative research, it is considered inductive. And it uses a lot of words and phrases. It is also subjective. Qualitative research is flexible and it can be conducted with a small sample of people. The good thing about qualitative data is that it allows you to see things from a broader spectrum because it is flexible. Quantitative data normally requires you to use numbers and statistics. It is considered deductive. Um, let's go back to qualitative data. So with qualitative data, You can ask open-ended questions. You can ask for information that flows. However, when you're using quantitative data, you want to have questions that are closed-ended, yes or no, questions that don't require you to give too much information. Quantitative data is um, less broad than qualitative data, and it's the spectrum. And it's less flexible. So you want to ask pretty stiff, simple, brief questions when using qualitative data. Mixed methods data uses both qualitative and quantitative research methods. It allows you to see research statistically and using experiences and opinions. You must determine if mixed methods research is best for your project. In my case, I decided that mixed methods research, the exploratory form, was best for me. Um, I asked myself a few questions about considering what was best. And because I want to explore a broader spectrum of research, I decided that using qualitative and quantitative data was best. I decided that I wanted my researcher and participants to play an important role in this research. And I also wanted to be able to explore how treatment changes the environment for people who are in prison and those who have recently been released. If these people receive treatments that put their conditions into remission and they are able to live a healthy life in prison, be released, and go on to be successful while their condition is in remission, it shows that my idea of diagnosing and giving consistent treatment works to improve prison. In other words, it leads to prison reform. So the goal of exploratory research design is to investigate the problems, then come up with opinions with options that may be solutions to the problems. It also allows a primary and secondary source of research. Sometimes sometimes a non-experimental third method can be employed. It lays the groundwork for diagnostics and treatments. Primary methods can be observations, interviews, focus groups, and surveys. Secondary methods can be case studies and literature reviews, which often the literature reviews will contain statistics about how treatment worked or did not work. Mixed methods designs. It allows the use of both quantitative and qualitative research. The research is allowed on a broader spectrum. It outlines the problem. It creates the hypothesis. It helps to create the hypothesis, analyze prior research, and review the literature to come up with an answer for the question of whether consistent treatment in prisoners helps to reform prison. I will create the research question and explore it based on data and other information collected while also reviewing prior research and analyzing um, the literature. Some of the ethical issues and limitations. There must be confidentiality. The way research is conducted in prison is a little different from the way it is conducted for people that are in the general population or free world. Prisoners must have informed consent. They must know exactly what is going on, what is expected of them, and how their information will be used. They must also be informed if they will be allowed to be anonymous. When doing this type of research, you have to consider the limitations because some prisoners may not respond or even have a deeper level of a mental disorder and cannot complete the surveys or interviews used to complete the study. So they may come in um, aware and able to participate, but being in prison could cause that participation to wean off as they are, undergoing treatment. Um, in conclusion, the research about prisoners and those recently released from jail or prison aims to explore is consistent mental health treatment going to make prison a safer and healthier environment for all involved in the justice system, including the prisoners, correctional officers, other staff, and families of prisoners when they are released. And we also have to consider the victims. Mixed methods research for me seems to be the best way to go because not only will it allow me to collect information from the prisoners, it will also allow me to collect information from the clinicians dealing and in the literature that I'm using for my research. You will see that both prisoners and clinicians who deal with those prisoners are analyzed to get a bigger and clearer understanding of what is going to work in the prison system for dealing with mental health disorders and how to get these conditions in remission so that these people can have a better quality of life, even though they are dealing with mental health disorders.